Hey guys, welcome to episode number 82. Today is Monday, so it's Update Monday. I thought I'd just show you the end of feeding here today, and as you can see, it makes a giant mess. If you guys aren't too familiar with diamondback terrapins, they do like to eat snails and crabs and things like that in the wild, and as you can see, they've got a pretty formidable beak there in the front, and that's basically designed to destroy snails, and in the process, they just make a mess out of this pellet food. So it is recommended to feed them in a separate container. However, I haven't been able to do that yet. I just don't have the space. So yeah, this is the giant mess that happens every single day. As you can see, the fish try to clean some of it up. So that's definitely a good addition to the tank. But I'll have to end up pulling out the rest of these pellets when they're done eating, and vacuuming this gravel or this sand as often as I can, which is typically once a week, which probably isn't often enough. But as you can see, they all get plenty to eat. Now that they're large enough here, I'm considering switching to every other day for feeding. The 2010s, the larger ones, definitely can go every other day, and now that the 2011s have pretty much caught up with them, I think it'll be easier on the bio load for the tank to go every other day. Typically, I think when they reach about 4 inches, that's what's recommended, is every other day. So looking forward to that. Hopefully it will mean less of a mess in the tank, but as you can see now, little neon tetras can only do so much with all that waste. And one other little update here, which is really exciting. Well, first of all, I was right about this auto doser here. As you can see, the brown on that lip there, it is leaking. The silicone didn't hold. The plastic to plastic connection wasn't quite strong enough. So I'm gonna have to tear this thing apart a little bit and wash everything, dry everything off, and see if I can use some zip ties or something to keep stuff from leaking. I might redo the silicone as well, or I might look for some other type of plastic cement product to do that. But I did go through one bucket here of my Flora Nova Grow formula. It was just a few ounces of fertilizer to a whole lot of ounces of water, 51.5 ounces of water to 3.5 ounces of fertilizer for the week times 2 weeks, and it's pretty much empty now. So I'll go ahead and fix this up, and then I'll refill the bucket, and I'll go about it again. But the exciting news here is actually with this plant right here, and as you can see, it looks a little odd up top here, but that's because we have branches. These are the first branches that I've produced here. As you can see, this stem here is probably the longest one that I had to begin with. I would say it's probably about 15 inches long here. And the stem hasn't grown a whole lot. It's grown from here to here. Whereas others have grown a lot more than that. There's one back here that's grown from here to here. But the main difference is this has put off a lot of leaves quickly. So you have the first set of leaves here, which aren't true leaves. And then you've got a second set here. And then right after that, we've got a third set. And then right after that, we've got a fourth set plus branches. And if we look over here, all we have is the first set, which isn't a true set. the second set way up here, and the third set way up here. So this one has been focusing on growing upwards, whereas this one, I don't think it's had quite as much competition because there are lots of smaller ones over here. So instead, what it's done is focused on producing leaves, and it's got enough leaves out, so now it's starting to produce branches. So now I have 3 growing tips. I have one right here with 2 small leaves and a growing tip. I have another one back here with another 2 small leaves and a growing tip. And then these new set of leaves here belong to this growing tip here. So I'm assuming those branches are going to come out to the left and the right of the plant. I'm not sure if they'll kind of droop down or go skyward towards the lights, but I guess we'll find out. This would probably be the optimal time to add a fan to this unit here. So that's probably what I'll do is pick up a fan here shortly. To make sure that all of these guys bulk up as much as possible, so that they're nice and strong and sturdy and just don't grow too tall and limp. One other important thing to note here, which is pretty awesome, and I don't know if it's going to make it, but this little guy has been trying to grow for like 3 or 4 months now. And I was about to give up on him. I think I've given up on this one. I was about to give up on this one because, as you can see, the tip is black. Right in the middle, it's black. It's dead. And I thought that this wasn't going to grow. I thought it was dead. But the roots down here were growing very slowly, but they were growing. So that meant that it was still alive to some degree, and as you can see, the stem is still completely green. So I knew it wasn't dead, and it looks like what's happened is that central stem was a dud, and the leaves couldn't peek through. But what's actually happened is they've started to peek through off to the side, so they just basically broke through the side of the plant. To get out. So we'll see if this guy makes it. But I thought that was an interesting thing that happened. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's still viable or not. But definitely interesting to see that the power of those leaves can basically push through the side of the plant to get out. It's kind of like hatching leaves. But that's what's going on with the mangroves. Pretty exciting stuff. Again, I am going to be looking to sell these here shortly because I do need to thin them out. Otherwise, they're not going to get enough light. And I will continue to fertilize them here. So maybe I'll post something on Craigslist here soon and see if I can get some of them sold off. But that's what's going on. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Branches.